Morning, y'all. I'm pretty darn stoked, and I'm also kind of like, because my eye here, like, I guess my eyelashes keep scratching my eyeballs. I don't know. I'm allergic to pollen, so I've been rubbing my eyes a lot, I guess. Maybe me rubbing my eyes kind of messed up my eyelashes, so it's it keeps poking me in the eye every time I blink. But other than that, I have to say I am better than I usually am. I really, really have been, for the first time in my life, really have been building a relationship with my Bible and God. Basically, just reading, just praying, just be like, God, I don't want to do this. Just help me, Lord Jesus, help me. Just stay focused on this. Just my faith. I just want to build a relationship with you. Just being really honest with God and being like, listen, I don't know what to do here. Just help me out. I just want to learn more about you. That's really all I want to do. And usually I have other ulterior motives. Usually it's I want to see more, like a good Christian. I want to make myself feel better in the fact that, hey, I'm doing the right thing. But this time I just want to build a relationship with God. And that's really all it's about. There was a revival at my church, and that really helped me a ton. It was 2 days. The first night was pretty rough for me because it was just realizing that, oh my gosh, I really have some shit to work on. And then it was kind of like the breakdown, breakdown of all the bullshit, all the fake stuff. And then the second night on Saturday was really just the build up. It was okay, let's build you up now. Let's encourage you. Let's say you're not going to be alone. You're not going to be alone anymore. You can be honest with me. I imagine this is a God communicated this to me, that I can just really, really depend on him and trust on him. And I really believed him, and I really believe him right now. So, I don't know. I have the King James Version, which is kind of a rough read. Honestly, I got it because my mom was like, oh, the old King Version is the most purest version that you can get. I was like, all right, Mom, I'm just going to get that, whatever. But it's really hard to read. To me it is. Me not being a great reader, but I just scroll through it really. And I'm like, okay, God, what? If I'm going to read your word, I'm going to, first of all, let me get my mind in check. Let me get my mind in the right place. That's the first thing. Before I even open this book, I make sure my mind's in the right place, my heart's in the right place, because otherwise it's just not going to work out. Okay? And I'm trying to turn this thing around. And that's for the most part. That's where you guys should also believe as well. You can't just pick up this book and be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to do it just to get it over with. Or, all right, guys, what you want me to read? Fine. You can't do it like that. It's a relationship. Would you want your boyfriend or girlfriend to be like, okay, fine, I'll spend time with you, whatever. Or, oh yeah, okay, I'll watch this. I'll watch your favorite movie with you. Okay, I'm just doing it just to do it with you. I'm not really going to enjoy myself. No, you actually want to enjoy where your love comes from, where you come from, why you are who you are. And that's how I'm thinking about this Bible now. It's not just God just telling us to do stuff and then demanding us to be like this and do this and blah 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 blah, and showing us all of our faults and all this fun stuff. No, I look at it now as it's oh, I believe that God is incredibly loving. He is the most loving being that's ever lived, and this is where it all comes from. This is the source of it. This is how we find out why he is who he is and why he acts the way he acts and why his personality is his personality. And this is his favorite movie. This is his favorite book. This is his favorite color. This is his favorite memory. This is his worst memory. This is everything that he is, and it's my pleasure to get to know him more. You know, and you know you're doing something right when there's still a voice in your head that's like, don't do it. Don't do it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You don't have to read it today. You don't have to read it right now. And I noticed, and when I noticed that voice is there, not yelling at me, but just coaxing me on, whether it be me, whether it be the enemy, whether it be a demon, I recognize it, and I'm like, okay. Like last night, I had to do this. Last night. My nose is running. I'm telling you, these allergies are not playing around with me today. Oh my God. I'd be like, okay. Like I was built. This spot right here is my spot with God. I'm turning this around so like you guys can avoid me. That's with my nose. This spot is me and God's spot. This is the spot. And I remember just being right here last night at like 12 something at night. And me looking at the spot. And at the time, the Bible was over there. It was sitting over there like this. And then I was like, sorry for my messy room right now. And I was like, I don't want to read you. And then, Lord behold, Jesus, he's like, I want you to come over here. And I'm just like, Jesus, I don't want to come over there. And I was praying. I'm like, Jesus, you have to help me right now. Because so many times have I been in the same position where I always take the easy way out. Or I always made excuses for avoiding you. And I clearly hear you. And I'm tired of it. And I can't fight this. And I need you to help me out. And then as I thought some more, I believe I heard God's actual voice come through, and he was like, Alyssa, I don't want to force you. All I want is to be with you, and I want to spend time with you. And I know I can spend time with you tomorrow. I know I can spend time with you in this bed right here. But you made this spot special for you and me. And I want to have special moments with you, even if it's just you just sitting there and crying. I want you to be with me personally, even more closer. And I was like, God damn it, okay, I'll go over there. And I put on my pants, because I don't sleep with pants usually. And I got on my pants and I sat down. I'm like, all right. I prepared myself to cry, but I didn't cry. I got all my tissues. I was like, I didn't cry. But I definitely just had a moment with God. I don't even remember what really happened, but something happened. And I'm just glad I just decided I'm becoming more of a fighter for myself. Usually I'm just lazy and I'm just like, whatever. But I'm becoming more of a fighter and just in us. I'm fighting for me and God's relationship. It's not just me. I'm fighting for our relationship. I'm fighting for us because I'm tired of just sitting back and letting shit run over me. So that happened last night. And then today, I was about to visit my high school, right? But I slept, I went to sleep at 1 or 2, and My high school starts at 7, okay? So I have to get up at least by 6:30 to get ready, at least. To give myself at least 10 minutes to get fucking ready. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna rest today a little bit. Just a little bit. Just gonna rest. Because school is almost, it's like literally wrapping up for them. And right now they're just in their finals. And I know, like, you know, it's not the regular school schedule, but I still want to visit my teachers. Hopefully visit some of my old, friends that still go there. And that is their last year, too. And they're seniors. But I just stayed in my bed. I slept. And I woke up. And then I was like, I want to read the Bible some more. I want to grab this Bible. I want to read it some more. So I did. And I started this actual building the relationship with Bible journey yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Well, no, 2 days ago, right? Yeah, because 2 days ago was Sunday, and that's when my pastor preached his message pretty much about, getting more into the Word. And I definitely learned from that, and I started then. So then I was like, okay, God, where should I go? Where should I go? All this freaking stuff, where should I go? And I just literally flipped through it. And for some reason, the book of Psalms stood out to me. I don't know, it just did. It's just like, maybe I should read the book of Psalms. I am also listening to John. Like I have Michelle from Simple Sounds. She reads the Bible for ASMR, and she's reading the book of John, which ironically one of my I don't want to say oppa, but one of my brothers from church, my Korean brothers from church, he was like, you should probably read John. And I'm like, okay, I'll read John. But she's also reading it, and I like to listen to shit, but literally, Pastor Joey, he was like, reading would be better. Just listening, it's not. People tend to listen kind of passively and not really listening. So reading it will actually help you remember information. I'm like, oh my god. Okay, fine, I'll read. So, about the book of Psalms, right? I'm like, let's just start at verse 1, chapter 1, verse 1, book 1, okay? So that's where I am. I'm taking my time. I only got to, I read about here. It's been 2 days. So I read this, and this. And right now it's just kind of me just going back and just really, not just reading for just understanding, but just also talking to God. And then meanwhile being like, okay, God, what does this mean? What do you mean, serve the Lord with fear? I really asked him, what the heck does this mean? How do I serve you with fear? He still didn't really answer me. I don't really know still, but I just asked him anyway, so I was really curious. I'm like, I don't really know what the heck that means. And then I'm just like, okay, all this stuff, man, blessed is the man that walked in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinner, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. I'm just like, all right. And then it kind of gets, hey, meditate day and night. I'm just like, really, day and night? That's a lot of time. You want me to do all that? And I guess it's like, okay, if you really do just enjoy me, you just do it naturally, which I am doing naturally. as naturally as possible. But I'm just really just getting into it. And like I said, I just grabbed the Bible while I was still in bed. I was like, I just want to read some more. And then, it gets kind of dark. Chapter 2, it gets kind of dark. I'm like, alright, I don't like this part. It gets kind of dark. It's like, alrighty, why does the heathen rage? Right here, why does the heathen rage? And the people imagine a vain thing. I'm just like, alrighty, here we go. But then I remember a guy, he told me like, listen, I want what I always wanted for you, for humans, for, us, is to be confident, or just, or to be, to know that there is forces that will try to keep you away from me. There's forces that will try to break this relationship up. But I want you to be strong. I want to know if you really want to be in a relationship with me. Kind of. And that's kind of how I think about it. I'm like, maybe, the snake in the garden was not an accident. Maybe God really did, allow that to happen because he's like, I want to see if, you guys are really, we're going to really make a decision to call for me and just, hey, there's something here that is speaking bad about you. What's up with this? And then God will come and be like, huh, that's interesting. Let me tell you about this, or let me help you this, or let me just destroy this right here. Like, I wonder that literally could have gone down. What if, I think Eve saw the snake first. What if Eve just been like, hey God, what next the snake right here? And God would have come and and they would have just handled that together, and it would have been a relationship. That's how I believe, God wanted it to be like. It's like, that kind of stuff, the darkness or whatever, it brings a relationship closer together. It shouldn't break it apart. So in order to do that, we have to know that there is a darkness out there. Yeah, it's not to like scare us or to like make us like fearful of living. It should be like, okay, there is a darkness, but guess what? Right after that chapter, it's like David, the first Psalm of David, he's like, why the heck is this shit happening to me? What is this stuff? Well, whatever. You, God, you're my shield. You're going to protect me. And that's all I can say about that. And all my enemies, they're going to just crack and crumble. And then end the story, And that's what I got from this right here so far. I just noticed this. Thou should put gladness in my heart more than in the time that their corn and their wine increase. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for the Lord only maketh me dwell in safety. Yeah. Like he talks about, I lay me down, sleep, I awake, for the Lord sustain me. Right over here, stuff like that. So there's references to sleep, which is really funny. It's not really about us fighting. It's about us, like, the Lord helps us rest. He helps us rise up and awake. And he shields us. So it's really not a lot of us doing the work. It's a lot of God doing the work, And that's kind of like the point. It's like, yeah, that's the point. We're not supposed to do it all on ourselves. Honestly, we're not supposed to do a lot of it all on our own. Most of it all on our own. We're supposed to ask for help for God, and then He'll just give it to us. And that's what the benefits of being a child of God. A child in general, it's like you get to depend on somebody, and and we get to praise that person. Be like, wow, you're so freaking cool. You're so freaking amazing for helping me out and for doing all this stuff for me. Oh my gosh. That's the one thing that God can't get on. He cannot get on his own is praise necessarily. He can't really truly praise himself because he already has all he needs in himself. But having us, a being that is kind of reckless, is kind of clueless, and it's hard to believe that God really gets a lot. He gets a lot out of us. But I guess, the fact that we ask for his help and he has help to give and he wants to honestly share his love, and he can't do that on his own. He needs something to share his love to, and that is us, and that's the role that we play, and that's special. And I think, in Christianity and religion, we lose sight of that. We lose sight of like our place and our identity, and that's kind of our identity. And I just struggle with my identity. Like, I'm a mess. I have identity crisis like every 2 months. Like, it's really crazy. But to think of it like that, to think of it like, oh, my eyes better now. I don't feel like excruciating pain every time I blink. That's good. But to think of it like that, to think of it like, oh, God thinks that I'm special because I can't do it all. And he wants to share. I know the feeling of wanting to share with people and to see other people happy and to see other people cheer up and, because of me, oh my God, I help this person out. Like, I know that feeling, but for some reason it's hard for me to grasp that God likes that feeling too. I think a lot of us are just so used to like the whole God that loves power and loves to tell people what to do and loves to declare stuff and da-da-da-da. But the part of God that just likes to give and likes to love, that part's really hard, or at least to me to grasp. It's hard for a lot of other people to grasp too. If we really believe that God exists, we will believe in that God. Like that's, it's like, who wouldn't want to believe in that God that loves to give and loves to love and loves to care for others? Loves to sacrifice himself and his own love and his own heart, his word, his living word, his Jesus, his son, for people that don't deserve it, people that hate him, So that's that. I may walk outside a little bit. The weather's just kind of crazy. It's like very cloudy, but it's kind of sunny, but it's kind of warm, but it's kind of cool. I don't know. It's really weird. But I probably just walk out and just have some quiet time with God. Probably will not talk a lot. I will just try to listen to him. For the most part, I did a lot of talking, I guess. Even now, I'm doing a lot of talking, but I need to have that time where I just listen to him. I just really try to hear him out through my mess of a head, through all the mess that's running through my head constantly. I'm also intermittent fasting with three of my other peoples. Yeah, and that's fun. We're pretty much cutting out all sugar. And we're eating mainly protein and veggies. And it's like so little bit of carbs, like 20 grams of carbs a day, but I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'm fine with just eating proteins and veggies, by the way. Like, as long as it's seasoned well, listen, I'm down. So I've been eating a lot of like spinach, bacon, and eggs. That's mainly, and I've been seasoning it with green onions, scallions, onions, garlic, like fresh garlic, fresh ginger. I got fresh ginger. I've been like using that. So like, listen, dude, I'm not like a cook, but like I'm getting there, And I'm trying to do like Korean kind of style cooking, Asian style cooking. So that's why I have like scallions and like ginger and all that stuff. But ooh, my phone. But yeah, yeah. So that's, I mean, we just started yesterday, so the cravings are real. I haven't been getting like physical like withdrawals, like, I haven't been shaking or anything like that, but literally the cravings are there. The temptations are all freaking around me. Literally, when I went to work, my boss was like, "Hey, I have some Godiva cookies on my desk. You guys, please take them. I don't want them. Please. I already had like 20, not 20, but like she already had like 3." I'm just like, really? At least it wasn't pizza. If it was pizza, I'll be so pissed because they have pizza there if it's really, really busy. Like on Mother's Day, they brought pizza because like you guys are overworked and you guys are busy. Like, here's some pizza. Oh, I love those days when we just have free pizza. Oh, I love those days. But yeah, but I stuck to my word. I haven't had any sugar. I had probably a little bit too many peanuts than I was supposed to. But other than that, no sugar. And I mean, Taylor, the person that like is like leading us, he was saying like, oh, the first 3 days are gonna be the hardest because your body is getting used to the change and body doesn't really like change. So I'm just like, all right, cool. I'll just give you something to look forward to. My main problem is like just getting the money to keep buying like veggies and more bacon. I need more bacon. And I need more spinach. Spinach is very expensive and there's not a lot when you cook it down. So it's like, I'm trying to think like, should I get something else that may last? I don't know. I'm broke, guys. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm kind of broke. But yeah, that's it. That's all the catch up. I guess that's the catch up. Wow, that is. You guys are all caught up with my shit. Oh, one more thing. So I was just sitting here and I was just talking to God and I was like, oh, hey, and we're having our time, having our moment, yay. I was holding my pillow like this. And then I was always sitting like this, right? And I was like, I'm like literally like half naked, so don't worry about this. But I was like thinking like, I can't wait to see more movies. I don't even care if I'm by myself. I saw a movie by myself for the first time, I think, on Sunday. I saw Infinity War for the third time, for the last time, in theaters at least. And it was like, I was glad I treated myself, but it's like the people that was like around me, like they were not really into the movie like that. And I was like, oh my god, this is kind of awkward because they're not really into it. I mean, they're kind of into it, but they're not really into it. But it's the only thing we see about yourself. You're risking yourself to be around people that you don't like. But I'm so glad I saw it. My heart's still raced for Thor. Thor just, oh my god, he literally, I almost cried seeing like the build up of his character. His character development was so brilliant in that movie. He was done so well. Chris Hemsworth, he did a great job. The team that wrote for Thor, great job. Tremendous. Thanos, tremendous. I got my dad like the pop vinyl little bobblehead of Thanos like years ago for his birthday. I wonder where he has it now, because like Thanos was done so well in this movie, and I'm sure he's like looking at that bobblehead and he's like, yeah, there goes Thanos, bruh. Oh my gosh. So I was sitting here. I almost forgot what I was talking about. And I was like, okay, the next movie I'll probably see, well, after The Incredibles, I'll see that for, with my father and family and them. The day before Father's Day. I wanted to see it on Father's Day, but couldn't do it on Sunday. I had to do it on Saturday, which kind of sucks because like I work on Saturdays, so I have to take off. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. My schedule changes all the freaking time, so it's hard for me to schedule anything outside of my work. But after The Incredibles, the next movie I have an interest in seeing is the Mission Impossible movie. And I already kind of explained my deal with that trailer on Facebook. But essentially, I feel really attacked by Henry Cavill. I am not a fan of Zack Snyder and what he's done with the DC universe, but this is a redemption for Henry because he looks so good. And this trailer was overall like one of the best trailers I've ever seen in my life. One, at least my favorite, personally my favorite, because it was just everything came together. Even like the old, bringing back the old theme of Mission Impossible, and the new song it's visually, action, yes. Tom Cruise, I know he's polarizing actor to people. Listen, I know he's freaking, what's it called? Scientology. I guess he's still in the Scientology thing. Listen, I enjoy him when I see him on the screen. So hey, kill me. But I understand if you don't, though. It's okay if you don't, for real. But I was thinking, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see that movie, right? But I was like, man, I really do like seeing a movie with people. And I love enjoying talking about movies with people. And like, even like at church, like after the revival, I talked to Izada. I don't really talk to her a lot, but I talked to her, and like I had a blast talking to her about like Hunger Games and like all the actors, and like we're talking about the Hunger Games mainly, I guess, but like we were just talking about the movies in general, and this was so much fun. And I was like having a ball. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just love talking about movies and TV shows. I like talking about TV shows, but movies, like I love talking about movies, and just it was just really fun. So I'm just like, I should make a movie club, because I felt really inspired after the revival, because the pastor, Jimmy Bay, he preached for us, and you know, he talked about one of his stories about starting a Christian club at his high school, right? And the journey that took, and it was a crazy journey. And I was like, wow, I feel really inspired. Like, and basically the theme is like, oh, like the part of our identity, part of our destiny, is to like evangelize. In other words, to spread the word about God, about Jesus, and you know, just share, and hopefully we'll have people that don't believe, non-believers, have them, you know, hopefully see the beauty in Jesus, and like, oh, how crazy life and how amazing life can be with God, and how things will be perfect, but things will be better, you know. So I'm thinking, how can I do that? How am I supposed to evangelize? How am I supposed to spread the word? And just now I'm thinking like, I love to start a movie club. And, you know, I love to watch. I've been getting into like movie channels. It's mainly Red Letter Media. I've been getting into them a lot. I used to love Screen Junkies and everything. I used to be a Screen Junkie member, you know, like way back back when like Andy Signore was still up there. I actually met Andy Signore at VidCon. I was autographed and everything, which now I'm just like, oh my gosh, really, Andy? But I saw, you know, the guy that does the voices for his trailers. I met him. I got his autograph. You know, I wish I saw Dan Murrell, because I love him. Hal, I love them. I love Nick Mundy to death. I was there for the first movie fights. Oh my god, you know. So I love that stuff. I love mainly talking about movies, watching them. I like watching them, but I love talking about them even more so. So I know I wouldn't be a good film critic, but I would just be like a good film discussionist, I guess. 'Cause I really do enjoy it. My arms are like all the way stretched out. But yeah. So, I mean, there's not a lot to do in Delaware. Like, honestly, the film industry is not booming in Newark, Delaware. Mainly, what I'm getting at is that if I want to go somewhere, I have to go to like Philadelphia, because it's the closest like big city to us. It's like 45 minutes away from like driving wise. But it's like, I can't just start something here, you know, like why not just start something here and kind of not be so meticulous about it, not be so controlling, and kind of let God just do what He wants to do. Even if it doesn't even go anywhere, I still want to try to like start something in Delaware. Even though I'm part myself is like kind of ashamed because it's like I live in Delaware. Oh my God, it's like ugh, whatever. I don't know where I want to live, but definitely not in Delaware for the rest of my life. But I do want to start a movie club or something. So I thought, ooh, start a movie club. Nice. My hands smell like garlic. um, yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start a movie club. And, I'm gonna see what God does. Because I definitely feel like I don't think that God is being very glorified like, in the film industry as of right now. So maybe that's why I had this desire to be in the industry, because He wants to work through me and to show how great He is through the arts. You know, obviously there are good Christian films out there. Like what's that one that Shack? Yeah, The Shack. That was one of my best. It skyrocketed to like literally like one of my favorite films of all time. That's a good film, but I mean, guys. I mean, like people try to avoid talking about spirituality in general when it comes to like